Welcome to episode 484 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Primo and Tim Kincaid. And today will further be known as Azeez Ojulari Day. It was also free agency frenzy, but Howie threw us a curveball, man, and it's a nice curveball. It's actually, I think, right up our alley. I think he hit out of the park with this one. It's a low end signing, $4 million, man. $4 million. I feel like there's something going on with the Giants players leaving in New York to come down the New Jersey Turnpike. You have recently you had his other teammate Dory Jackson signed for 1 year, $2.5 million. He's signing for $4 million, joining their brother Saquon Barkley. So I think overall it's just, we're going into the draft. We also have recently signed Josh Uche on a $1.75 million. My math is not good here, but I know all those signings are less than some of the guys we let out the door. And again, the way that our bank account is set up, Howie Roseman is trying to ball on a budget. And I know Mr. Frugal Gang, Evan Hollywood Hearn, is a big fan of being frugal. I mean, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, Howie is a man after my own heart right now. The way that he's finding these low ball deals, I like the approach. I mean, I feel like we're kind of hamstrung to an extent. It's not like we're sitting out here with the most cap space out there. Howie obviously has his ways of maneuvering and manipulating the cap. But as for right now, I think he's doing a good job of just adding depth onto this team with low risk, high reward type of contracts. One of the guys, I mean, I will say the one guy that was a low price signing that I wouldn't have mind to see leave was Oren Burks. I think he was balling at the end of last year for 2 years, $5 million. That seemed reasonable to do it. But then you get Uche for even less money. So I mean, he's looking to save. Uche, meanwhile, he also had like 4 void years in that contract too, right?
I mean,
it was either him or a Dory Jackson got 4 void years in their deal. So it's a ton. It's not much money, and he's throwing void years in there. So he's obviously trying to save every penny possible. I think that he's eyeballing that Jalen Carter contract coming up. I think he's trying to clear some space for that for years to come. Better do that sooner than later. If Milton Williams is getting 26, Carter's getting 40.
Cam got to get paid too. Come on, everyone getting paid.
I know everyone
get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of moving around, and I mean another Georgia Bulldog that we just end up signing. So I mean, it's like the whole squad is going to eventually be Georgia Bulldog soon. I don't know. I look this more. I'm looking at all these transitions the last few days as just being renting season now. Like that's what I want to go ahead and label it as. This is renting season. He's out there renting all these players. To go ahead and bring us back. Bring us back another chip. I get it. Now we just added 3 NFC East rival players from the Giants over to to help out, and they're regrouping with Saquon. Maybe they talked to Saquon, maybe got a little bit of feel what these guys are all about. I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line there was some type of play in there. But we and how we trust. This is what it's about, man. We got to see what this is all leading up to, and then when it's time to get busy. I don't see all these guys staying. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be all about depth right now and trying to figure things out. But yeah, I'm with you, Evan. Oren would have been a nice sign, but hey, I guess what he did today was for a reason, and he's got that Jalen Carter, like Gail mentioned, he's got that Jalen Carter contract to worry about down the line. So I guess we got to expect this a whole lot more later, in the next couple years.
You sound crispy as hell, Primo. That mic is delicious. I
will say that. I agree. With this signing, man, like I said, this is more of like a depth. The league seen something, and to go on his past, I'm gonna say AZ. I'm not saying his old Jory. I'm not saying all that. I'm gonna say AZ. That's a hard last name to say.
Ojulari guy.
Ojulari. Okay. He had a lot of injuries, so they seen that. Also seen, I mean, he came back with 6 sacks last year, and let's be honest, Giants didn't really have that much work. Good players on that defensive line besides Big Sex. It was a Big Sexy, and then I think the other rookie. It was no, he's not a rookie now from Oregon. The cat from Oregon.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau. So he didn't really have that much to do. Now him coming over here, and then coming in with Jalen and just the depth that we have over here. I mean, this guy's the limit for him. This is a time for him to ball out, because if you ball out, how we will make sure you get paid. We've seen that with Saquon. And shout out to all the ex-Giants players. When they leave in the Giants organizations, they are winning championships.
Well, I think you bring up something that him having an injury history, and that was also something that when we brought in Saquon Barkley, that was one of the things that a lot of people talked about. But you get him out of that hellhole that is MetLife Stadium, where, I mean, you ask the players that play there, that they hate it. They hate playing on that turf. It's injuries left and right. And so, Saquon, thankfully, knock on wood, he had a good season last year. He was able to stay upright. I hope that Ojulari can find a way to stay healthy this season too, under a new house.
You know, that signing that's something that we if you shout out to Marcus Walker, he coached him in high school, and in our chat I was like, can someone call Marcus? Didn't he coach? Can we verify that this is actually happening?
He was blowing up my phone talking about I told you. So shout out to Coach Walker
on Twitter. He was announcing some trades, and people are trying to figure out how is this guy getting some of this info. He nailed some of the. I'm not gonna. It's not. I always, if I see someone on Twitter, I'm still asking around. Like, have you heard anything about this? But I'm happy to just have. I feel like you got to Wu-Tang this thing. If you go back, we went on the first Super Bowl, diversify your edges, get different skill sets in here. I think if you can bring him in on third down, he's a rotational piece. Uche's trying to make something of his career as well. They're in a place where they're up against, trying to get a deal, try to get paid. I was going to say something else, a Biggie line, but we're not going to do that. You want to blow up out here and do the damn thing. Make yourself.
Don't say that. Don't see that line.
Make yourself money. And Kai Becton came here, had a hell of a year. It was injury prone. It's
also played at MetLife.
Yeah, I mean, New York is just like a place of like, I don't know, man. It's just it's a bad scene out there. My Giant friends usually, when they're in their fields, they don't get back to me. But this move kind of hurt my homie Omar. Shout out to you, Omar. I know you watched the pod. I know you're in your fields. We got another one of your guys. Said he was good, but injured.
I will say the one thing that I love is, going into this next year with continuity at the defensive coordinator position, and having Vic Fangio, a guy that led the best defense in the league last year, continue to be our defensive coordinator this year. And what he really did last year, I mean, he didn't care about the name. He didn't care about the contract. And if you were the better player, you got playing time. And I love that. And I have full faith after winning a Super Bowl with that kind of operation that he's going to do the same thing this year, and the best player will prevail. And it's great that we had guys towards the end of that year when Brandon Graham got injured. It sucked to see BG go down, but to allow all of these younger guys that time to develop while BG was still in the building, to give them some sort of mentorship. I mean, it looks like it paid in dividends.
Talk about a developing story. The guy that we all love to love, Lane Johnson. Adam Schefter had mentioned another Eagles payday, 5-time All-Pro offensive tackle Lane Johnson has reworked his contract to add $8 million over the next 2 years, an additional $30 million guarantees per his agent Ken Cernoff. Soon to be 35-year-old will now earn $48 million. $48 million. That's
over a 2-year stretch.
Yeah. $40 million guaranteed over, but $48 million over the next 2 years. So I mean, I feel like this is Howie making another move. I know, Tim, you recently talked about Lane being next in this
Yeah.
market.
I mean, this is big. You got to look at it. This is what we got to go ahead and focus on and taking care of everybody in house. So, I mean, we ended up, doing whatever we had to do to give. Yeah, and then Lane getting this contract and everything is huge, so we can at least sign him up for a while, and then again going back to the big topic earlier in the show is getting ready to go ahead and give Jalen Carter the money he definitely is going to be deserving soon. I like the fact that I'm all for what I labeled the running season, and then the reason why is because I feel like this is a new strategy that Howie's trying to put into play is the depth, having a good amount of depth on this squad, because one, you don't tire your players out. I mean, I think that kind of extends these guys staying healthy, and then you got players such as Saquon that's going to go ahead and take the initiative to say, hey, you know what, let the young boys eat. I'm good. I mean, we're up good. We're up a good amount. I'm all right. I'm not worried about stats. I'm not worried about this. Some people argue about it. Some people, disagree with it, but I like it because, we keep the rotation going. And then, as you can see what the outcome is at the end. A lot of these other teams are struggling right now because they're dependent on so many other players to last throughout the year. And I always, I hate to pick on Sis, but I always use McCaffrey as an example, man. Look how San Fran drove him to the ground. That kid, I mean, he's a stud, and you kept on depending on him. And look, now the guy is like at the point where he's gonna barely walk. I mean, he barely walked last year. Let's see what the outcome is going to be for him this year.
And he's got no one around him this year, too.
Right.
They just traded him.
They're like the San Francisco Giants. Like everybody's just leaving. Everybody ended up leaving the squad. Like that's just how it is. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm all for the strategy that Howie's got going on right now, and I think he should stick with it. So, I mean, again, look forward to this happening within the next couple seasons. I mean, he's just going to be out there running players just to be able to do what we got to do to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen this in the fold, though. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought it was my turn. My bad. But we see this as a fold because I think Howie's learned his lesson. I mean, we remember in 2018, 2017 season, we won a Super Bowl, and then we try to run it back with that same team. You know what I mean? And Howie's just like, nah, there's something you can't sleep on your morale. You can't sleep and then be thinking everything's gonna be cool the next year. No, you got to make a minor adjustments, improve, and then fill in the gaps with talent. And then I like what they're doing, especially with the young defensive line. It's just interesting to see, is BG going to retire? And if so, would you honestly, in your right mind, bring in a Von Miller, depending on the price, or somebody where you can bring in a defensive lineman that has leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? Like Calais Campbell, things like that. Those are the things I'm like, okay, I like what they're doing though. I love it.
Would Von Miller be the old dirty bastard in the Wu-Tang theory?
Yeah, he would be. Oh baby Jesus. Oh baby Jesus.
That's interesting. I mean, I did see Lane Johnson tweet eye emoji when he was released, but he's kind of washed gang, maybe.
Washed
injuries.
Gang. He comes with some baggage too, for sure.
He does come with a little bit of baggage. I'm just saying, as a older statesman in the room, the guy that's like, hey, you know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We got an in there in the secondary.
I'm with 843 Philly fan. I'd rather have BG back over Von Miller if I'm being completely real.
For sure.
I'm wondering where BG's at, because the word was that he was going to retire at the parade. Now, if he's seeing that, like, all right, I can still come in here, play my leadership role. And,
if I'm being fair, though, man, he tore that tricep twice last year. He's 36 years old. Like,
I think is he older than 36? Is he 37? I'm not sure. I'm asking.
I thought he was 36.
Yeah.
Check.
Let's see. BG.
But Lane Johnson, obviously a guy that is up there in years too, but continues to be the top at his position year after year after year. So he hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. So how do you not go after him? What were you saying, Primo? You're muted.
He's 36 years old.
His birthday is April 3rd, 1980.
Oh, he's 37.
37 in the Tybo class.
37.
But it's coming up, man. I think it's a nice good story. I do like his leadership ability. Like, he's the Yoda of the group. But again, how much is that worth? And look, I think you should just. I'm not telling him to do whatever you do or whatever you want.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think it's fair enough to just say that, you know, hey, you got 2 under your belt and you're good, man. You could go ahead and, you know, enjoy the sunset. Like, I would love him back too, but I mean, like you just
in
said,
like a
bro,
coaching capacity, I think would be the best case scenario. If he wants to chill out, if he wants to chill out in the locker room the same way that Jason Kelsey was chilling out in the locker room just all year long, I'm for it, man.
Yeah, Von Miller is not that far behind. He's 35. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of somebody at least in there like 31, 30 years old, you know, 28, 29, you know, somebody, you know, to be the uncle, you know, in the group.
Did you see Howie maybe still making a trade? I mean, we were thinking about with our eyes in the sky for Myles Garrett, but I mean, we don't have to shoot for the stars. Do you think that he could potentially make a trade during the draft for a kind of a premier edge rusher?
You talking about like a Trey Hendrickson? Maybe. Is that what you're talking about?
They seem to not care at all about their defense.
Are you being greedy?
if you're looking at other contracts,
bro, you see the contract, bro? Did you see the contract? Oh my goodness,
dude! It's kind of crazy how their agent was like, it's their package deal.
Yeah, but hey, shout out to them for getting their money. Damn.
For sure. Shout out to the people of Cincinnati for enduring more misery, because
I ain't gonna lie,
you guys ain't gonna be able to win shit without a defense.
Facts, but I ain't gonna lie. Last week, my get off my chest was the Cincinnati organization ownership of paying their players. I told them I was like, get off my chest, and then I get slapped in the face. They both get a deal Saturday.
No, I know a lot of people are still waiting on the news of Goddard being moved. If you look at the way the Eagles are doing things, you know, they just signed Kylan Granson. He agreed to a 1-year deal. You know, we're adding like, I mean, I watched him today, Kylan Granson. Watched some of his SMU tape. He's kind of when you can move him around. You know, had some drops in college. Not a Dallas Goedert replacement. He's a guy that they're just throwing things into the mix. We also have Evan's son, Grant Calcaterra, but then we have Harrison Bryant. He's signed a 1-year deal worth up to $2 million. So that means to me,
trade for Kyle Pitts.
You know, I mean that also speaks to the theory of like
Kyle Pitts revival project.
You know, how we trying to move on prospects who are on rookie deals. Like now, if you can get players like that, you know, he did it with Jahan Dotson, did it with Kenyon Green. He's looking. That's the value meal. This is the McDonald's dollar menu right now. But the dollar would be 1-year deals or like, you know, contracts you like.
Yeah, it's and there's people talking about the Erickson chat talking about how it's a deep tight end draft class. I thought it was really just the guys at the top of the board there, and then it kind of falls off.
Well, I mean, if you could, I keep looking at the second round, the third round. You know, Harold Fannons of the world, Bowling Green. You talk about Mason Taylor from LSU, Elijah Arroyo. I know anytime you mention anything about a Hurricane, Primo will be excited. He played very well at the Senior
Bowl. I'll take him in a heartbeat, man. Forget that Penn State
Gunnar Helm from Texas. You know, I think that's your sweet spot right there. Like, if you're gonna get a tight end, you know, if you're gonna wait later, I'd rather just get one early. Jason Taylor, Bloodlines. You know,
I feel like Dallas Goedert really honestly played a pretty pivotal part on this team this year, and the fact that we're going into this, and I mean, obviously it's March and you don't know how this thing is all going to pan out, but I really hope that we have a legitimate tight end one, because I think that was kind of a key to our success here for Jalen to have that kind of safety blanket underneath, and to have a guy that's throwing out double stiff arms in the playoffs like that. Like I mean,
there was There was one point, man, at the time of the season where both of our star-studded wide receivers went down in one game, and guess who stepped up? Dallas Goedert. So it's kind of like, man, what I don't understand, and I mean, you follow the money, right? There's no guarantee. $14 million owed, but I guess this is, like I said, cap versus cash. Cap versus cash. Just redeal the deal. Extend him for another year.
My thing was like, I went back and looked at some of the, that was our big question last year. Will Goddard be back next season? We were all concerned about that. We're here now, the fourth round pick being floated out there as, I just feel like it's just a little too much for me. I mean, I get it, right? I get it. But I'm just saying, in terms of like turnover, like I just said, just make the offense a juggernaut and just roll with it. Try to extend them for just a 2-year deal, get them guaranteed money this year and next year and be out. And then have at it. You have a new tight end in the mix, just like we did with Zach Ertz.
Would you have ever guessed that Avonte Maddox would be on the team longer than Dallas Goedert?
Nah.
No.
Well, I recently rethought that when I heard Christian Parker said that Avonte Maddox is one of his favorite players he's ever coached. So the fact that he took a back seat and taught the young prospects coming in here to take his job, and he still gives you versatility on the back end, like a role player for cheap.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at him signing back. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Special teams, like he was good on special teams. He came up big in the Super Bowl.
Big time.
And he could play two positions, kind of, sort of. I think I probably feel better and comfortable at the safety as a backup, but yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, def. Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
We can't forget Mark Bird. He's a big Oregon guy. So Terrence Ferguson. Okay.
Ferguson's nice.
Yeah, he had he's not bad. He had a good.
If we get him that. Yeah, we get him. That'll be Mark's son. You know what I mean? We'll baptize him with his son. You know what I mean?
He's all right.
I'm not trying to get I'm really not trying to get a tight end later. Like there's some good, decent talent. Just go get one.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Speaking of Ojulari, this is perfect for us. Even if we draft the Pierce from Tennessee, perhaps you want to go back and get an edge. I know he's got some off the field stuff. The Mike Green from Marshall thing, I think that's out of Howie's. I mean, that's what's being reported out there. I really don't want to touch on that. But I really think, if you go edge, throw another edge in the mix, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, as I said right now, I mentioned earlier in the podcast that there was a lot of guys that had stepped up later in the season, but you obviously want to go into that with as deep a rotation as possible. So, I mean, as we get closer, like, let's say there's a best player, it's all even across the board as far as quality of player, how they rank on your board. Which position would you go
in the draft?
Yeah.
At pick 32.
Yep.
I mean, I was watching Nick Emmanwori today, the safety from South Carolina. They're in the 4-3. If you wanted to add that into the mix of defensive freaks that are on that, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I agree.
But I know a lot of people are talking about Malachi Starks. I don't know if he tested athletically gifted.
40 time wasn't that fast.
Athlete, but I'm saying cerebral, yes. Also bulldog. So
I mean that it all points to that. Yeah.
Mark asked the biggest question of the night. This is for Prime. He said, "Is Prime ready for a mock draft?"
Look at him. He is definitely ready. Look at him. Born lucky.
Born lucky.
Bullshit. I'm only looking at the only looking at the tight end position, man. That's going to be my only focus. I mean, I don't know.
But if you look at the way the prospects are on the board and do the elimination, like we're not getting quarterbacks, we're not getting running backs in the first round. We're probably not getting
wide receiver
in the first round, right? So like
O-line?
Do
you think you can go a little bit deeper?
Do you or do you do a splash and I mean, like I said, you end up you see how he comes out and trades, right?
Trade back,
yeah,
or trade for a player.
Right. Trade for a player. I mean, what are we talking about? How it seems like Howie's mentality as of lately is now not worrying about that. He wants it now. He wants it now.
I mean, that's the sexy move. Is you make a move like it'd be funny if Howie's sitting at home drinking a beer watching this episode. Somehow he's just like, it's not what
bad idea.
He's drinking his mezcal. Yeah, man. I really do feel like now we're going to the draft. We're at it. We didn't even mention Mekhi Becton leaving. Mekhi Becton, I was in the mode that he was going to leave because I don't think we could afford to pay.
When Kenyon Green came here, I think the writing was on the wall.
But even the money when we were talking about that in a couple last pod you were on, I think it was just paying everybody, having 5 offensive linemen. We just paid Lane Johnson. So we were like, there's no way we're paying Becton and then re-upping on Cam.
I think they need to rephrase. Come to Philly. It's not. I mean, come to Philly and win championships. Don't get me wrong, but also come to Philly to build your resume up, because that's what happened this past year.
Right.
Resumes got built. You know what I mean? Like seriously.
Nut Williams just got $26 million a year, bro. He's $100 million man.
Yeah. He
look at Sweat. Sweat got 76.
They got their money. Enjoy the guarantee.
I just want to talk about the episode of Kate up in Adam with Kate Adams. Did y'all see that interview?
Yeah, with Justice.
Bro, you picked the Saints over us because of a little. They said, money, I guess they said a little bit guaranteed money. It was only a little bit.
Who's this?
Justin Reed.
Oh,
and I think a little bit had to do with it was who was it? I think Tyrann Mathieu took a pay cut for him to come.
Got you.
But he's been at this point. He won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs already.
I totally forgot about that. That's why. I was
like, get your extra money. But my thing was looking at that situation. You said the Eagles were in on this.
He said it got intense.
But then he also said Eagles don't have enough cap room for him. So he just
how much did he get a year?
Don't pocket watch, Reed. Don't put it out there like that. Don't let the whole world we broke. We got good credit over here. We got a Super Bowl. Got good credit.
Nah, he said y'all about to go bankrupt. I ain't going over there.
But the fact that he was in on it.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I'm only asking for one more thing, Howie. I don't ask for much.
Get him done.
Just give me Justin Simmons and just throw him into the mix.
This is a tale as old as time. Every offseason,
just throw him in
Justin Simmons.
Throw him into the mix.
Every offseason, hey, Justin Simmons, what's up?
We were hoping for Justin. We were hoping for Justin last year. Yeah.
I'm saying though, like I'm not.
You said it enough. You've been saying it for
but like years. But like we kept, like I said, man, like if what I was told, if he wants to be an Eagle, he will be an Eagle. That's what I was told. And last year, same thing. And he took the $8 million to go to Atlanta. So, yeah.
Shout out to Eric, tailgate legend. He says, "I hope Prime's more ready for the draft than he was for the NFC Champ when he forgot the meat for the cheesesteaks."
Wow, he's throwing that.
Oh, damn! Why you gotta call my mans out like that?
Eric's over here. Eric's over here. Meat. Why you meat watching?
Hey, yo.
We got two opposite ends of thinking right here. Comment after comment. Peasy's all in on Justin Simmons.
I'm out on Justin.
All out on Justin.
Bro, He is. I think, in my opinion, bro, he is the last piece of this puzzle. He is the last piece of this puzzle.
He says get young and build. Isn't he like 27 years old?
He's
32. No, he's
31
actually.
Oh,
32.
I'm way off.
32.
I'm way off.
He's old. He's actually old. He's actually older than Evan. So
check out Evan said he old because
Evan's
30.
So you go rent your brother. You go rent your older brother for a year. You good. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yes. That's
I was thinking about
because I'm saying if you say you're traveling to China, there's a lot of different. You speak Mandarin. You speak this. Bro. He speaks the language. Okay, he speaks the Fangio language. So for me, like if I'm gonna need an interpreter, I need the guy to speak the language. Get me.
I ain't gonna lie.
Dad says the language is Justin Simmons was ranked 113 at 1.
Maybe he was in the wrong defense, bro. Maybe he was in the wrong defense.
I think he was in the wrong defense, bro. Have you seen that dude play with the Broncos when Big Fangio was the head coach, bro? That dude was probably top 5 safeties in the league.
Yeah.
You know.
And how long ago was Vic Fangio the head coach of the Broncos?
I was like 2-3 years ago. 3 years ago. 27, 28. His age.
Christian, yeah, everyone speaks about Christian Parker, the relationship he has around the league.
Bro, we only got him for 1 year. He's gonna get a coaching job.
Yeah. Now Alex says, "What is the project round for Taylor the tight end?" I like what I saw at the combine. He looked the part. I say he could be back into the second to the third, but I feel like teams might go get him in the second.
Yeah, depends on how many teams are considering a tight end at this point. I mean, last year, think about it too. It was a weird draft last year. There wasn't a defensive player that went until the 16th pick.
Yeah, something like that.
The
best DB dropped all the way down to the 20s, which was wild.
Now for a quick refresher of some of the moves here. Again, we brought it up. Adoree Jackson coming in here for 1 year, $3.5 million. Just want to ask around the room, what's that mean to you? What does that mean? Adoree Jackson in the building.
I mean, you can't take nothing away from Adoree Jackson. He helped, he's a great defensive player. And yeah, I mean, Tim mentioned earlier, these guys that came over played for a sorry ass defense, but now you're into you're under a great coach, man. Vic Fangio is going to go ahead and shape you up. He's going to not just shape you up, again, he's going to shape your resume up as well. So, for the amount that they ended up bringing him in, hey man, utilize him as best as he can, and I'm pretty sure he's going to enjoy himself, playing here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson, 29 years old. I feel like he's a guy in the mix again. The youth movement, Ringo's in the building. Okay, there's your competition for Ringo. You might have had an opportunity with Isaiah Rodgers, but that he priced himself out. Now I feel like this is the price that Howie wants to work with, $2.5 million. That's perfect.
Get ready for the Eli Ricks hive. Eli Ricks hive about to get active.
I hate to say this though, but if Ringo's not starting, we have the issue.
What?
Yeah, we have an issue because if he is not the starter next year for the 25-26 season,
if he's not the starter, I thought you said he is the starter.
I mean, Adoree Jackson.
Adoree Jackson, he does not need to be started.
My giant homies feel he's serviceable.
He still got it.
He's not as good as James Bradbury was when he came over here, and then James Bradbury kind of tapered off.
But can we just all agree that we're good on our starter status?
Yes.
The players,
yeah.
Right. But the players that we're talking about, or that Gail's about to go down the line about, are depth. So I mean, it's going to be a competition thing, but we're not going to go ahead and give them that title. They gotta earn that title. We know that coming into the offseason. So as of right, yeah. But I mean, like, I mean, if Ringo was watching right now and here I'm speaking to him, you ain't got nothing to worry about, kid. Just keep on playing the way you playing.
Keep on playing the way you play.
You good. But
My
you know, I
thing
mean, at least again, this is about depth, giving people the opportunity in and out, eating out, keeping these guys nice and fresh throughout the season.
And competition,
No
man.
doubt.
Like my thing is bringing somebody in here to compete. I don't you like it's just iron sharpens iron. I'm cool with it. Bring them in. May the best man win.
I
So
have the.
I'm with
I'm
it.
going to ask you, Gail. Though this year, I hope that you are going to these camps because this probably going to be a movie. There are so many young bulls in the Staples, and they're going to be competing. So I hope that you can get a chance to get up in that camp and watch these bulls practice.
So you
good
brought
Lord.
up Keely Ringo and kind of wanting and expecting him to take that next step. Daz brings up an interesting name in Sidney Brown. Like, where do we stand going into year 3, 4? Is it with Sidney Brown? I think year 3. Where do we stand on? Or is he a really, really good special teams player, and that's kind of where the limit is, or do you think he could be a starting safety in this league?
I think he's this is where I mean he's exactly where I thought he would be at. I just think he's a little bit behind the 8 ball just because of the injury. If he didn't have the ACL injury, it usually takes a year off, you know, your mobility. You gotta work its way back. I think core special teamer I had him, and then this is the year that you bring him into the fold. Again, I mentioned Justin Simmons because I'm asking, we don't have to throw him out there yet. I mean, he'll be a part of it. But like competition is fine.
This is where I feel like I honestly compare it to the whole Reed Blankenship. Reed Blankenship was not, you know, we were having the same conversation about Reed a couple years ago. Is he going to be the next man to step up? It's the opportunity. The opportunity is there for Sidney to go ahead and take this spot. Right. Omar Epps. Remember when he was here? Same thing. Like
Omar Epps.
Marcus Epps. I just paused myself. Like, wait a minute, did I just say Omar Epps?
Omar Epps.
Marcus Epps.
Sorry. You thinking of Omar Epps playing in the movie of Florida State?
Yeah. My bad. Marcus Epps. It was the same thing. Like, so yeah. I mean, Sidney Brown has the opportunity to become the next starter, the next safety of this team. The departure of CJ was definitely a hurt piece, and but it is what it is. It's the business. So yeah. Sidney just has to go in there, and we that's just the thing we just all worry about. And we've seen it. We've seen him go through the triumphs, but we've seen him work his way back. And when he's in the game, bro, he's given 110%. And he's an animal, man. He's an animal. He's all over the field.
He's a physical freak.
Yeah, and he's putting lickings on people. But like again, like this is just his opportunity this year to go ahead and be that guy. He's got to put in the work. Bringing Justin Simmons in is not a bad idea. Again, Reed Blankenship, same scenario, and look where Reed's at now. All right, we're talking about the white expectations. What is that? What they call them? The white hype, whatever. These guys made a name for themselves. He made a name for himself. So Sidney has the same opportunity. So I'm all for Sidney, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year.
No, I'm excited for Sidney. I think Sidney needs to slow down a little bit and catch up to the game. Because that's how he gets injured a lot. He's kind of reckless, you know what I mean? And stay healthy. That's like the biggest thing.
Just throw
yeah, for real. And then I think he does. He still has that. And one thing he's going to replace that CJ is gone now. That he has that dog in him too. He doesn't really have that slick mouth, but he's going to prove it in by hitting you. So yeah, I like Sidney's chance, man.
You got the juice now, Tim.
Tim Hayes asked juice for loving basketball. I'm going juice.
I'm going juice. Yep, I'm going juice over loving basketball too.
Sidney Brown is what he has to do is hone his energy and save it for when you got to really take. It's like you can't play at full speed all the time. You got to it's got how I call Reed Blankenship the protractor, because I've been calling Reed Blankenship the protractor for a long time, because the angles, the way that he, the football IQ is just like he knows how to get to the player.
He knows how to get in between it. Yeah.
So I feel like he's got to get into that mindset of just that's what the That's what the position is for the great safeties out there. They know how to refine their game.
Going back to what I said about Vic Fangio at the top is that he will let the best player play. So the idea that Peasy's saying that he's not going to have a shot at starting safety, if he goes into camp and he is a new man and he's balling out, he will absolutely have a starting shot at safety.
I mean, the fact that like the first year that he was here, we were talking about setting players up for success. You don't put a rookie Sidney Brown in the slot on what's his name? Wide receiver from Cowboys.
Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb in the slot. And CeeDee Lamb is like, Dak, over here, Dak. He like the way we were moving with Sidney Brown is when he first got it, I was like, what are y'all doing?
Oh, they put him in the slot. That was woo.
What are y'all doing? Yeah, so I mean it's a tough road, I heard, but I really feel like Sidney.
This is insane though. Let's calm down.
Do you remember
He
Bob
believes
Sanders?
in him, B.
What?
He believes in him.
Bob Sanders.
Bob Sanders.
Yeah.
Bob Sanders from the Colts. Yeah.
McColts.
Oh yeah.
He used to play with his hair on fire. He was a shorter safety, but he was just like all over the field.
Dude was like what, 5'9"?
Yeah, he was short. But
and if the DBs, the corners get interceptions, he'd be right there ready to snatch the ball out of their hand because he try to run that joint back every time, bro.
It was like 1 or 2 years they used to call him the baby dog, like because he was the animal. He was built. He was jacked up. Was jacked up.
Helena says Sidney can step up. Fangio will have him right. He just got to get his tackling under control. I mean, I think that's the common denominator amongst all Eagle fans out there. He just has to figure it out. So I feel like we'll see where he's at. I'm excited. Talking about some of these other guys that came in. Patrick Johnson, a guy that was here. I don't think the Eagles
I've always liked his play.
Would get plucked off the roster, but he did. Went up 90 New Jersey Turnpike and had a great year with the. I'm joking. Nothing's great in New York right now, but the fact that we get him back as a rotational edge that will primarily play special teams, I like it.
I think I always liked him as a player, and like you said, that was a guy that we didn't want plucked from our practice squad for a reason because he was a legitimate player, and he did get plucked because he was good enough, man. I think he is not a starter in this league, but he's definitely he should make the 53-man roster somewhere. So glad to have him back.
Now, I mean, this other player who we're big. This pod is a Rick Lovato stand pod.
We are.
So
bro.
this move was very tough.
R.I.P. Rick.
Charlie Hewlett agreed to a 1-year, $1.4 million deal with the Eagles. Hewlett has played the past 10 seasons with the Cleveland Browns, only 5 games last season because of rib injury. And he was released by the Browns in February, but age 34, older than Evan. But
why let Lovato go? That's what I don't understand.
So I mean, what do you?
The only thing I can get at is, didn't he have 2 penalties called on him in the Super Bowl? Is that enough for 2 Super Bowl winning Rick Lovato?
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Ricky.
I'm trying to figure the whole situation. I mean, like jokingly, when I'm playing Madden, I'm always quick to go ahead and dump Rick Lovato, but then bring him back after, everything is all said and done. So it's just like, I don't know. I just don't see the door being closed on Rick Lovato. It's a signing that happened, but, don't be surprised. Rick Lovato is right back into another Eagles uniform again. Like, that's how I feel.
I can see competition here. That's probably the only thing I can say.
Hey,
do you think Jake Elliott put out a hit?
In the year-end meeting. What about the year-end meetings that you have with your position coach?
Fucking out of here.
The snaps are kind of. I don't think so.
Here we go.
For that.
I can see us now. Us going to the NovaCare. Here come coming up to us like, "Yo, did you guys start the rumor between Jake Elliott and Lotto?"
Oh. How the fuck did you know that?
Oh, that was hilarious.
Now, there was a post that Jake Elliott had a post to Lovato. I guess it made Mark Bird sad. I didn't read it, but if,
I didn't read that.
Yeah, I mean, it was Lovato. It was Jake. It was Jake's wife. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, I
was
saw
like,
Jake's wife's post.
Yeah,
I was just like,
Won 2 Super Bowls, man. He'll always be 2-time Super Bowl champion.
And
Yeah, man.
I did send a pair of customs to Rick Lovato.
Nice.
Shout out to Rick Lovato, man.
Shout out to Rick Lovato.
Shout out.
He'll be back.
He doesn't do magic, but he creates magic on the field. Okay. The way the Eagles are set up is like we do long-term relationships with the long snap.
Yeah.
Like you do like 10 years, and then you do 8 years with Lovato. You did 10. How long was the Magic Man here?
I think he was there for.
He's longer than that. He had at least
long-term relationship position.
Well, you remember that year they got rid of both of the special team guys. They got rid of Bones Jones, Donnie Jones. They got rid of him, and he didn't want to leave. He ended up going to the San Diego Chargers, and then but I don't know. It was weird.
Ball,
bro. Yeah, bro.
Shout out to Daz. He says, "Hey, Gail Xander from Jacob says he's trying to get a hold of you for some custom." He did reach out. I'm working on something. I'm also working on some Jalen 2 shoes. Okay.
Wow.
Someone's got to be bold enough to wear them though. Yeah, Dornbos played for us for 11 years.
Felt like long.
Oh, his magic trick, Prime, you could attest. The magic he did at the Philly Sports Trips.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Bro,
Wow.
I was like, he told me a secret about one of his biggest tricks with Saquon Barkley. I'm not. I'll say.
Nah, he's not going to.
We're gonna start a new Patreon, so you can
pay the magic trick.
Pay $30 a month, and you can get easy access to some of these. Yeah, so I'll tell you offline. But the Saquon Barkley. Did you guys see the Saquon Barkley trick he pulled on him?
Yeah, that was a while ago. I don't remember exactly.
Patreon, $40 a month.
Make your money, mate.
40, 22 a month.
Make your money.
Get all the what we're hearing and not saying on the show. Speaking of other moves here, not the sexy signing, but the signing that you need. Ben Van Sumeren, he signed that 1-year deal. Linebacker, fullback. I think it could be
blazing games out of here, man. That we never saw anything of. He was the fullback that we had signed, but you guys have two guys that they're utilizing that fullback. I honestly think that is why Van Sumeren is being brought back, is more for that fullback role than anything else.
That's the same thing I said, and when they re-signed him, they didn't even put him at linebacker. It's that position, fullback.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, damn, okay.
Mark Britt said watching the Magic Man in LA was great. You know what else was great? Eating tacos on the side of the road at 12 o'clock. Those tacos were banging.
Yeah, they were busting.
I just want to. They keep sending me text messages about their taco deals, and I don't appreciate that. I'm like, bro.
You signed up for the email.
Now you got to text me this deal on tacos. Come on, man. I would have just wished to pay with cash.
Hey, let's get a sponsorship.
I will pay you to stop sending me texts about tacos.
That's hilarious.
Let's see. Another move, because Darren G out here sending my condolences to Ev. He's got to be hurting knowing Covey is out the door.
Gail's the one with the book.
Yeah, Gail.
You see how quick Gail quick to pass it off to you?
Yeah, I was setting him up.
I was like, hold up, that's Gail.
So Avery Williams agrees to a 1-year deal with the Eagles, averaged 9.3 yards per return in the punt game this past season, 27.2 yards as a kick returner. I think it was a 3.3 mil that to sign Covey. That wasn't going to happen. So I think I do think Covey could potentially come back if he's willing to come back at a cheaper hit. But my thing is, we don't want Cooper DeJean on as a punt returner.
No,
Too valuable.
absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not. Yep.
No.
Yeah, and willing to pay that returner, only position. I think Covey. Do you think that he has done more than Avery Williams has in his career in a returning aspect, or are they on par? Has he taken any to the house? I know Covey has been tackled by his own guy a couple times.
I mean, I think Covey, he was alternate for the Pro Bowl, right? Covey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, his grandfather gave
God.
Jalen Hurts.
You that was
There he goes, bro.
Wait.
You know that was.
You don't even know what I'm saying, actually. Right
what
even
kind
know what
of
I'm
dude?
saying.
But go ahead. Well, go ahead.
He gave Jalen Hurts that quote: "Keep the main thing the main thing."
Out of his
Oh,
book.
so that's not so Jalen. You're saying Jalen's a plagiarist?
Go check the receipts. His Covey's grandfather already had.
I feel like you made that up.
Go look it up. The main thing.
I feel like you made that up.
The main thing is actually a more grandfather Covey quote. Okay, go look it up, man.
Any chance that Anaya Smith developing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was coming back from injury last year as well.
You started off the comment. What do you think?
Me?
Me?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that he could use some competition in camp. I'll put it that way.
I like the competition. Like, yo, my thing is, if Anais wants to make this roster, I think he's got to pull some weight on special teams. If you're the wide receiver 5 or 4, you got to play special teams and make an impact. We kept Covey, and he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying about Covey.
He wasn't really a wide receiver. He was like wide receiver 6.
Yeah. When we had 4 wide receivers on the roster, he's still wide receiver 6.
Yeah. Let's see. Todd says, "Where's Pete at his told y'all so moment?" No, man, I'm telling you, bro made it this long on this roster, and at that size, you gotta come on, man.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champion,
and could potentially make millions. Like, bro, this is. And then we had Pete hate on him in the comments. Okay.
Social media intern.
Hey, Pete, guess what? Brent Covey has a Super Bowl ring.
That's true. That's true. You trying to rip a mock? Right?
Prom's not ready for that. Prom's not ready for that. We got one more player to talk about. Again, we spoke on recently about AJ Dillon, man. AJ Dillon coming back, 1-year deal, coming back from injury. Missed the whole 2024 season with a neck injury. Says he was ready at the end of the year, mid-year. He knew he was good to go for this season. I think Quad Squad is going to be. Did we just coin something new? Motherfuckers going to be able to put this shit on a T-shirt like, yo, I came up with the Quad Squad. Just like they took the Jawn from us. Well, come on, man.
We got trademarked that though, B. Can't be saying it out loud.
Quad Squad.
As soon as we done, you know who. As soon as we done, you know who to reach out to. You reset the account. Go reach out. Go make it happen.
Quad Squad Penny still catching strays out here. Do nothing, literally.
I'm telling you, we're gonna be all right. Short
AJ Dillon, I like it.
Crazy.
I like it. And you talk about Quad Squad, the tush push. You put both Dillon and Saquon behind him.
Guaranteed.
So they're both gonna be
both pushing.
Touching one cheek at a time.
One cheek at a time. This one got this cheek, and the other one got the other cheek.
Quads together, we unite.
I mean, I think it's a perfect time for a commercial break. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code with Jawn to get up to $1,000 bonus cash and a free pick. Man, I think that's the way to do it, right?
Yes, sir.
It's basketball season. It's basketball season out here. I don't know if you're ready for that. I know March Madness. My squad is the UConn Huskies. I think Prime probably likes the Hurricanes, but this is basketball season when your favorite stars score buckets. We're alley-ooping you an opportunity to win money from watching sports with Underdog. Underdog is one of the leading sports apps, and you can play now in your state. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats, points, assists, rebounds, and more. All you got to do, download the Underdog app, sign up now using the promo code Jawn to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with the promo code Jawn. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Would in Colorado concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text next step to 53342. New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY or call Tim Kincaid in Arizona to tell him he's got a problem with his sneaker collection.
That boy good. You see how he read that, John? That boy good.
I try, man. Now, I mean, if it's one other move that you're expecting, Prime, what is the one last move you're expecting before we hit the draft, free agency wise?
Yeah, I'm waiting patiently for that Justin Simmons move to happen. Honestly, I totally agree with the comment that you made earlier. Like, that's just the last piece of the puzzle, at least for right now, leading up to the draft. And then, I could be patiently just sitting at the draft and be surprised, like we were a couple years ago when we made the AJ Brown trade. So that's the kind of feeling I want to be at. Like, I'm focusing on certain positions, and I mentioned already, Arroyo from the tight end position. I think that would be a great, piece on the tight end side for us. But I know there's a lot of guys that are ahead of him, and there's a lot of other people that are filling other players. But I just want to be able to go ahead and just be relaxed at this draft. And last time we felt like that, was during that Super Bowl run. So I'm good. Justin Simmons signing is the one I'm waiting for patiently.
Yeah. What do you need last?
I think that it feels like this Dallas Goedert trade or release is imminent. It really feels like Dallas Goedert is not going to be on this squad the way things are pointing right now. So I would at least like to, have a replacement with him that my guy in mind. I would love to have some Kyle Pitts, man. If you could find a way.
Philadelphia native. I mean, you've been pounding the table for that move for a minute.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a void. I love Grant Calcaterra, but I also think that having two legitimate options at tight end is a luxury that championship teams have. So
I'm gonna let you know his contract, right? For 2025, his cap hit is $10.8 million.
Okay, what's Goddard looking for?
What's
Goddard looking for? He was looking for like 12, wasn't he?
14.
14. That's less than what Goddard wanted.
What did what's his name from the Jags get?
Evan
Ingram.
Yeah,
they got like 7, didn't he?
I think it was like 3 years, 18 or something.
It's like 7 a year, something like that.
Because once you look at, you look around the league tight end wise, and you're like, well, this is what I want. This is what I want. And then Eagles are like, we'll throw you in a hoagie from Wawa, and you're like,
2 years, he got 11 and a half. Evan Ingram.
Okay.
Oh, he did. Dang.
Yeah.
So
a year?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Got 2 year 23.
So there you go. I mean,
okay.
you're like, all right, 11.5, and now Goddard it was sitting at what 12?
14.
Yeah.
So do you think Evan Ingram is better than Dallas Goedert? Though?
I don't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Dallas
Okay,
Goedert's
I'm just
definitely gonna
asking.
get paid more. So I mean,
But a lot of these
Kyle Pitts is only 10 million. I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a bargain.
A lot of these teams out here have a bad habit of overpaying these players, bro.
Where did he go? He went to the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his cap hit is at this is per spot track. It's at 12.5 or 12.
That's Evan Ingram, or that's Goddard.
I think he's talking about Goddard.
2025, his cash is 15.5.
Mm.
But the cap is at 12 million.
Wow. I mean, you do know why he was named Dallas.
Yeah.
Do you think he could end up in Big D?
Brother. Ooh.
That's not a good scene for me.
I don't like
personally. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
shout out to Tim's cousin.
What up, cousin?
In the building. Ooh. Hey, my last move is I also said Justin Simmons. Tim, did you go?
No, I didn't go. I think they're gonna end up trading for a corner. I think they're gonna end up trading for a corner or trading for a safety.
You have a corner in mind?
No, I don't.
I was thinking, what if the Eagles went back and drafted another corner?
I can see that, but who?
Oh, did you Stingley just set them? He just reset
30,
the cornerback.
He got 34?
30 mil?
Yeah, he got paid, bro.
So this is what I'm saying.
Stingley
just
the Texans.
This is a problem. Not a problem, but this is a good problem.
Damn.
It's a good
you
problem
with Quinyon?
Yeah, this is a good problem for the Quinyon family legacy.
Denver paid what's his name early. They were smart. PS2.
Oh yeah, he the best corner in the league.
Yeah,
30. Now we paying corners 30 mil.
That's a lot, bro.
I mean, wide receivers 32 mil. AJ Brown.
That's crazy.
Stop pocket watching. Dash is Maxwell Harrison, boy from Kentucky. Ben Morrison, I would love. Morrison, I would love. There's the cornerback from Texas as well out there. I just think I definitely go into the trenches before corner, but I'm not mad at it. But before we get out of here, I know people are crying for a mock draft.
Yo, look at that look, son.
I'm always there. Hit me up, man. We talked this over the phone. I was doing mock drafts on the phone. If you got the PFF app, you can do that as well. But I want to give a big shout out to Bud Light for holding down the tailgate all season long. It was a tremendous ride. Talking about Super Bowl ride. Shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings and Savelli Pizza for giving Evan Hollywood Hearn the cheesesteak wings. Shout out to resident DJ.
Hardest to remember.
Shout out to Lowski, resident DJ Lowski. Look at him all cleaned up. He doesn't look like that anymore, I think. He gained a few. I'm just saying.
Damn, bro. I'm gonna go grab this clip. And I'm gonna send it to him. Why did I have a feeling that was coming too?
This is how I get to watch the show. I said Lowski. Yo, we give you a shout out at every. We give you a shout out at every show. He's like, really? I was like, oh, you haven't been watching the show? Okay. Yeah. Wait till he gets to the end of the podcast if he does. I've gained a few myself. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I'm straight.
We were at the Super Bowl party. His wife, she said something about his look. I should stop.
Yeah, please.
It's hilarious.
Well, try. Listen, we got a good amount of weeks before the season. Try to leave one for each cell. All right, that's your one for this show.
You listen to the show, you'll get to this Easter egg. How about that?
Oh wow!
But
Violation.
Yeah, but shout out to resident tailgate honorary captain Conchawk and Town Bakery, and 1675 Spirits, and Alex, aka Smoking and Son, man.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Always with good meats.
Oh man! See, well, hey, listen to the end of the show. Get your free promo. But let's go. Say it with your chest, Ev. You always start off with a bang.
Say it with my chest. I really, shockingly, don't have much to say with my chest. I will just say with my chest, stay up with your doctor visits. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Go to the doctor.
That's a good one.
Listen to him.
Nice one. Tim, you gotta say it with your chest moment.
Not really, man. Just, supporting one another, man. Supports peoples.
I gotta say it with your chest. Why are you wearing an Oakland A hat on a Philadelphia store?
It's not an Oakland. It's not an Oakland A hat. You gotta do your history, D.
Philadelphia.
Where did the Warriors? Where did the Warriors start at? Started in Philadelphia. Oakland A's. Or before that, they started in Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia hat. There you go, sir.
Yeah, he's
nice. Look at that. Say it with your chest.
Nice. Look at that. The switch up.
This guy.
I was like,
he was trying to put everybody on. But
he broke his
Philly hat, by the way.
Say it with your chest, Primo.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess all I can really say is this morning I dealt with some assholes up on the streets, man. If you don't know how to drive in the rain, stay the fuck home. That shit was ridiculous. It took me an hour and a half to get to work this morning. I hope not to experience that shit in a very long time, but damn, that shit was just ridiculous. If you don't know how to drive, you're scared. I get it. I respect that, but you got to really worry about the safety of others because you have that fear. It was like, for what I'm hearing, it was like a 7 to 8 car collision accident this morning. And
damn,
on 95?
Now on 42 over here on the Jersey side, and that thing took it all the way back to deep part of Atlantic City Expressway. So yeah, and then the part that hit me was that all the reroutes were backed up just as well, just with that whole incident. But anyway, like I said, man, if you can't drive in the rain, respectfully stay home. Live another day to make that money. Don't worry about it. And you can tell your boss I said that.
Heather G says, say it with my chest. She says, my Phillies are going to the World Series this year. I said what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, they keep on running back with the same damn team year after year.
We know the Sixers ain't going to the NBA championship.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, well, that's a fact.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say this. Gail, my brother, went to the store, FaceTime me and said, "Yo, T, you see anything you want?" It was all Sixers stuff, 40% off. I said, "Gail, put that shit right back."
It's a sad scene right now, man.
Oh,
but
man.
At least we're not the Dallas Mavs. You hear about that? They might have to forfeit games.
That's crazy. They had to forfeit games?
Why?
Because
they don't have enough players.
They're so high over the cap that they can't sign anyone until April 10th. And I think they've got like 4 active players right now that aren't like injured.
That's crazy.
They can't even field the team right now.
They can't even fill the team up, bro.
Tim, how you feeling?
And they shut down. They shut down everybody, bro.
How you feeling, Tim? Can you still ball? Can you still ball?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh man,
ACL's done. ACL's done.
And the feet. Come on,
I'm trying to sell. Tell you.
And the feet. I appreciate
I'm trying to sell you to the Mavericks, bro.
Oh, I appreciate
I'm only asking.
Let's go make this money. You be my agent. You be my agent.
I'm only asking for 10%.
He'll be a 3-and-3 guy.
Hey, listen,
Oh man, I probably
nowadays it is what it is.
I gotta say
Bro.
something off of Primo. Say it with your chest, because I was thinking about it earlier today, and now you got me thinking. Why is it every time that someone's broken down, it feels like it's always in the center lane? How do you manage to break down in the center lane every fucking
hate
time?
that shit.
I hate that, bro.
I hate that.
Yo, in Arizona, what they do is they break down in the middle, and then they get out the car and they just look around like this.
Yeah, like,
Like, yo,
we got bends. Like, this isn't a straight road, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's a rough scene. You break down on a the fast lane on a highway.
Yeah, tough, man.
You get out. You get out of the car. Or you stay in the car.
I don't
stay
even
in
know.
the car,
Yeah,
bro.
I guess you got to stay in.
Yeah,
I think I might get out so I can get on the other side.
I broke down.
I don't want to get
on
hit,
the
bro.
Fast lane on the turnpike.
But if you are in the, if you
I got
are
out the car.
like, what I don't understand is if you're breaking down, you got to get over, man. You can't just let it die in the center lane.
But
you're not just gonna.
Sometimes,
you're not just gonna,
but sometimes you can't control it. I mean, if you're dying, like you going, you know what I mean, creeping, and then you get hit from behind because people don't pay attention.
Yeah.
You know what? That's my set off the chest. That's my Stay off your cell phones when you're driving.
Okay, Dad.
Stop, bro.
Hey, Tim, you're not my dad. Is that your last? Is that your last word?
Yeah, that's my last word, man. I hate that. Get off your phone, man. Drive.
Primo, last word.
Last word. I want to wish my first baby girl, Aaliyah, happy birthday. 24 years old. Sorry, that'd be me. That's what my brother called. Wanted to.
Who a happy birthday?
I want to wish a happy 24th birthday. She was born on St. Patrick's Day. That's the reason why I feel lucky. So hope you enjoyed your day, baby. All right, love you very much.
Happy birthday.
So,
nice. Tim? Oh, you already said something?
Stay off your cell phone.
Stay off your cell phone. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna talk. We're getting excited about the Phillies. I don't have any hope for the Phillies this year. I definitely have zero hope for the Sixers. The Flyers, listen, all y'all teams in Philadelphia, you're lucky. Because the Eagles, the kings of the city, they went and won the city championship. I could really care less what any of the other teams do this year. I'm still on cloud nine. I'm still watching Super Bowl highlights. I don't know about you guys. I still anytime I see them pop up, I'm I got time. I can sit here and watch this. So yeah, I'm still living in the glory. So I really don't care what the other teams are doing this year. If I'm being real.
Yeah, no doubt.
I would like to go to some Philly games and feel like we're doing.
It's not like I don't want to take it in. I'm just saying like they get a free pass this year. Like if they end up blowing up, I'm like, whatever. Got Super Bowl.
Hey, but if you listen to Heather, it's her team. She's gonna win. And she said what she said, that the Phillies are gonna win the World Series.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Good luck.
My last word is shout out to y'all in the comments and the chat. Obviously, it's free agency frenzy. A lot of news is breaking. We're trying to stay up with the Joneses out here. I mean, it's a lot of content, but it's an off season. I think mock draft season might be right around the corner. Still figure out some prospects, but be patient, man. Listen to Howie, man. He's doing the Lord's work. Don't worry about it. He's got it under control. You have a Super Bowl under your belt. Relax, okay? Enjoy your family, not the Phillies or the Sixers. Enjoy your family, the Eagles, and Super Bowl wins. That's it. And for me and the rest of the dudes, see you in the next one. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Sorry, Lowski. You didn't deserve that.
Yeah, sorry, Lowski.
What a stray. So, what a stray. I was telling his wife, I was like, the more weight he gains, he's starting to look like he's a Cuban rapper.
Oh, come on.
Damn. Yo, Ev, make sure you get this clip, bro.
Oh, we still live.